Hey everybody, Michael Bork here from PDS Vision. I wanted to show you about this model that I saw from Too Tall Toby, and I created it in Creo in just 1, 2, 3 features. So I'd like to show you just how I did it. Let's get into it. Okay, so the very first thing is I've created a part, and I'm going to go into the View menu, Model Display, Images, and I'm going to import a picture of this that I found online from Too Tall Toby. So there it is right there. I'm going to orient my screen. I'm going to put that around here. I'm going to rotate the screen. I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and I'm going to sort of zoom in until I get it looking like that. I'm going to use this Fit feature, and I'm going to sort of move these lines here so I can sort of scale this drawing just the way that I want. And I'm going to type in his value of 175. Once I've done that, I can turn off Fit, and I can sort of position this where I think it would be on the center, and I can start to sort of use that to help me as I draw this. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here, going into the model, going to sketch, I'm going to reorient the sketch, and I'm going to try to recreate what he's done here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a circle, and I'm going to sort of put it right there. And then I'm going to take a line, and I'm going to draw a line horizontally here. And then I'm going to put a fillet from here to here, and from here to here. I'm going to dimension this fillet to be, let me see, I think it's going to be, let me see, 6. Let's put in 6. I'll put in the radius over here as 6. And then I can delete what I don't want by scribbling over here, scribbling over here, get what I don't want. And now I've got something solid. Let's see here. Let me make these things equal so I can use this constraint to say that this is equal to that. Okay, now that those are equal, I can create a dimension that is going from here to here, which is supposed to be 175. Let's see if we can make that. Oh, I forgot another dimension I need. It's from here to here. This needs to be a bigger number also. So this number has to be 80. And this number has to be 175. All right. Now, just like Toby mentions, this would be the center line or the outer side. I want the center line, so I'm going to use this very interesting feature here called offset. And I'm going to use this to click and get the entire area that I want. Hold on a minute, missed it there. And I'm going to drag it here, and I'm going to move it in to a dimension of 2, because that is the diameter of the the wire is 4. Okay, so now that I've got that, what I could do now is something interesting. Is I could take this geometry here that I've made on the inside, or I should say the outside, and I can convert it to construction geometry. So I'm just going to control click these pieces of geometry. I'm going to go into the operations and change that to construction. All right, so now we have a fully defined sketch. We have 80 and 175, and we have the inner radius, which is supposed to be, in this case, it would be 2. So I'll click OK, and now I have that. Now the next thing I need to do is I'm going to take a datum plane, and I'm going to put that datum plane going in the opposite direction, about, let's see, I think 14 millimeters. All right, about there. Actually, I think it's more like 16 if I remember, because we're dealing with the wire. So I can see that's lining up there. And I will click OK. And now I'm going to create a sketch. Actually, before that, I'm going to create a datum point, which is going to be on the intersection of this datum plane and that curve that we were just making earlier. So I'm holding down the control key. Let me first select, I'll have it right here. Let's go point, select the entire curve, and we're going to select what we want it to intersect with. In this case, we want to intersect it with that. and I'm given that point there, and I can create another point that's also at that intersection of this and that, except it'll be over there. Click OK. So now I've got these very parametric points that I could use. For example, if I go back here and start to move this dimension around, you'll notice as I turn the points on, so you can see them, that those points are going to be moving as that plane moves, giving me this sort of dynamic control, because I'm going to use that next. So let me undo that for a minute, put it back to 16, and we're going to choose that, and we're going to create another sketch. I'm going to refer to those 2 points, 1, 2, and I'm going to orient my sketch. And I actually would prefer this to be on the left side. Make sure I'm looking at this right, and I want to flip that. So I'm looking at this right. That's how I've been sort of viewing it. Okay, that's good. Actually, it's this should be right. Sketch view, good. Now I want to draw a line. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is go into construction mode. I'm going to draw myself in a, oops, move in a little bit here. I'm going to draw a construction circle, and I'm going to double click that to give myself a dimension. That's going to be 4. That's going to be important later. And I'll do the same thing over here as well. Let it snap, make sure it snaps to where I want, and let it assume the same size as the other one we had over here. Good. Now I'm going to draw a line going down. Draw out the line going down. And right now these are actually drawn as construction, but I can make them solid like I just did here. And as just in the drawing, I noticed they had fillets, so I'll put in here a little fillet there. Whoops. I should have not had construction mode. Let me try that again. 1, 2. Let me try fillet. 1, 2. 1, 2. Make these equal. And this should be horizontal. And I'll make a dimension going from here to here, which is supposed to be, actually the dimension is actually the reason I created this. I want to go from here to here. That's supposed to be 22. Now I've got a fully defined sketch. Okay, now that we have our sketch defined, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this and put it in a group. And I'm going to do that because I want to use the pattern feature, and I want to change this dimension to 12. So just type in 12. I'm going to put the count here in 5. And let's see if Creo generates us those parametric sketches. It does. See that here? Let me turn off the excuse me, let me turn off the images here so we don't have to see that, so we can turn off the datum planes. We don't need to see that. Now we have these that we can construct from. Sweep is a really pretty cool feature in Creo. What you do is you first select a chain or continuous, and you just click sweep, and you can then sketch. In this case, I'm going to be sketching a circle. That circle is supposed to be 4 millimeters, so I will complete that, and like magic I get that. Now what I'm going to do here is save myself a lot of time. I'm going to copy, Control C, I'm going to hit this and hit paste, and that creates me that feature. And all I need to do to finish the rest of them is I use something called a reference pattern, and then Creo has created the part just like that. So that's how to create this part. It was created actually as a sketch, as a pattern, as one sweep, and then actually as a pattern here too. So that's it. That's the demo. Hope to see you again. Thanks, Toby. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention, let's take a look at the mass properties of this part, and we're getting 129, which is exactly the number that was in the demonstration. So that's it. That's the demonstration. But let's push it a little bit further. Let's say someone else comes in and says, you know what, I want this spacing to be more like, let's change this from 12 to make that 13. Is the model going to blow up? No, things are just going to change. In fact, I can actually sort of drag this as we go, and Creo will do what it needs to. I could write a relation to control these, but as you can see, these sketches are adapting just as they should be, and driving me the ability to control these things with real numbers. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. Talk to you later.